Here we are.
Hello.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hello, my gorgeous listeners. Welcome to the True Crime Podcast, Murder with My Sister.
I'm Marie.
I am one of your hosts, the Tormentor, aka Lisa,
There it is.
as always.
We have a nickname for me.
Well, sis?
Well,
Because
yes,
I always
sis.
call you sis? Oh,
No,
what?
because my sister and I were talking about how bad the wildfires are here in Colorado. They're kind of
No, I'm not
surrounding
laughing
me.
at the wildfires. Yes, we were talking
No,
about
no, no,
that.
no. So she was like, "Oh my God, we're going to call you the Unburnt."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yes, mother of Chessies, mother
Yes.
of Sheppies, the
The
Unburnt."
unburnt. I know. We are such little Steelers, but that's okay. Um, hang on. I have to pop my dock up to a nice, crisp,
I put
clean
it on 150.
150%.
It's a really
Wait,
small screen.
150%.
One
No,
hundo
I have
P.
mine on my big screen. I was looking at our
Hmm.
like when I try to do the magic clips,
Yeah,
and I always look like I'm looking this way and my
same.
camera's this way.
Yeah.
And I was gonna put my story on this screen and then do
Mhm.
this, but the screen is like the laptop screen is too small. I need my big monitor
Yeah.
for
And I don't
the
have another
letters.
monitor. I just have an old laptop, so it's tinier. And I
No,
tried
I
like
can't handle
putting it
that.
in certain places, but then I feel like I'm always like this off to,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
It's weird.
I hear
I'm like,
you.
nope, I'm just going to keep it where it is. It's fine. If
I
I make
am
it big
hearing
enough,
that.
I can see it out of my periphery.
Ooh, I can't see shit out of my
Periphery.
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 Yep. So this one, my sister recommended. Just just fucking Christ.
I know. It's
It
a
was
bad one,
bad.
guys.
It was bad on 100 different levels.
Mhm.
And can I just tell you something?
Hmm.
Like, I am no investigative journalist, but can I tell you that when we do a story and I start researching it, my way of researching it, where
Mhm.
I'm watching everything and
Mhm.
interneting everything and I'm doing all of the things,
Mhm.
I learn more than I kind of wanted to know.
Yeah, I know.
And so now here I sit knowing more than I wanted to know and more than I knew. And I don't know if I love that or if I don't know.
I
I don't
hear
know.
you. I hear you.
This one was rough.
This one was rough. Do the
Another rough
housekeeping.
one. Housekeeping. I wanted to take a minute and welcome all of our new listeners. Hello, everybody. Welcome. And welcome back to our loyal listeners. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Mhm.
And if y'all just do me a huge favor, grab that phone or while you're scrolling on the throne, scroll over to Apple or scroll over to Spotify, where you go to listen to us. Go to Murder with My Sister. It's right there. If you do it while I'm talking you through this, it takes like 30 seconds. Just hit the little check mark so you're following us. But more importantly, give us those 5-star reviews. And even more importantly than that, write a little review. Hey, guess what? If you've already done it, do it again. Now you don't have to follow us and you don't
Mhm.
have to do that 5-star review because it only lets you do it a couple times. But guess what you can do multiple times? You can review.
Yeah, you
So
can.
you can leave us a little comment. And then some people are sending in stories. Thank you for those suggestions. We'll start getting on that.
Mhm.
But if
Mhm.
you'd like to send us an email, just so that I haven't said it in a long time, murderwithmysister@gmail.com. For those of
Mhm.
you that want to send us a story that you want us to cover. If you want us to talk shit about a story, let me know and I'll do it.
Lisa said, "If you don't have anything nice to say, come sit by me."
Yeah, here's what I think. I think I'm nicer in my old age.
I know you said I keep getting meaner.
You get meaner, I get nicer. I started off real nasty in life. Like I came out a little
I don't know about that.
little bee, little bitchy bitcherton. And
Okay.
you were always, like, super sweet. You're like, "I'm gonna help
Really?
the world. I'm gonna
Okay.
heal the world." And that's
I
how
feel like
you
I've
were.
always been an asshole, Lisa. Always.
No, you've really embraced it in the last, like, 10 years. Like, you're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
this feels great," and you're flexing that a-hole muscle,
I am
and
telling
you're
you,
you're flexing it back and flexing it forward and standing in the
I
mirror
used to
and flexing it
read
down.
I used to read about, like, my favorite heroines in my favorite fucking fiction books, and they would talk about how embracing your anger just makes it easier to, like, whatever, and I was
Oh,
like, "Fuck
mhm,
yeah, they're right, man. Just I don't fucking care anymore."
okay. Alright, so, yeah, so if there's a story you wanna hear, if there's some people that you want us to blood eagle, go ahead and write us
Blood
in and let us
eagle.
know. Blood eagle. And then I'm gonna let my sister take it away, um, with this god fucking awful nightmare,
Mhm.
horrible fucking story on a true crime podcast. What? Horrible story? What? A bummer? What? Huh?
Shocking, shocking.
What? True crime? That's a bummer?
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to those tushies.
Okay, so I didn't watch this one, I think you did. It's
Oh, I watched
Eyewitness,
everything.
The Accused, season 1, episode 3.
Mhm. Bought it.
2020 had multiple
Yep.
episodes.
Watched them
So
all.
the original one from 2013 was 2020 Daddy's Little Girl. Then in 2020, I think it was 2021,
Mhm.
they did an update and it was called 2020 The Accused. It was season 43, episode 24.
Mhm.
And that one was like their typical hour long, but then there was
Mhm.
another 25 minutes tacked onto the end with even more updates.
So, I watched all of them, and can I just
Mhm.
tell you,
Mhm.
2020 does a really great job.
Yeah, there's a
Like,
reason it's been on for a million
I
years.
was just gonna say, I can tell why they've been 2020ing for 47 fucking seasons.
Yeah.
They 2020 really well. Like, they cover it,
Wait,
they
it's
wait.
almost like they're investigative
They
journalists.
there it is. I couldn't put my finger on it, and I was like, what is it that they're doing? They're investigative journaling and
There it
2020ing the
is.
fuck out of those episodes.
Yes, they are.
They're really good. Like, they got
Mhm.
money and shit.
I know.
Resources, that's what it is. They got fucking resources.
They got ABC
You
money.
just you just got you a Lisa. That's all you got.
All right. So this is the story of the abduction and murder of Riley Fox. I know. In the early morning hours of June 6, 2004, 3-year-old Riley disappeared from her family's home in Wilmington, Illinois. A massive search began almost immediately. Tragically, Riley's body was discovered later that day in a creek at Forsyth Woods Forest Preserves. As often happens in child homicide cases, the investigators focused quickly on the parent who had last seen the victim alive. Despite a lack of physical evidence linking him to the crime, Riley's father, Kevin, was charged and jailed. Many in the community believe the case was solved. However, months later, DNA testing produced a shocking result. And this is the story of little Riley Fox.
So, Melissa and Kevin, those were her parents, went to the same high school, and they met after a volleyball game one night. It was reported that Kevin's a little on the shy side, so Melissa's the one that asked him out. They went to homecoming, they went to prom, they were high school freaking sweethearts.
Mm-hmm.
We've all seen it a million times. And
Mm-hmm.
then what happens, as sometimes this does, sis, you can attest to this.
Been there.
The couple gets pregnant with their first child, Tyler, and this is when they were still dating. They got married when he was 3 years old, and on March 31st, 2001, they welcomed little baby Riley. So Riley was described as a very spunky little firecracker. If you watch these documentaries, she has the most perfect little round face. It's just a beautiful little face, beautiful little smile. Some
Mm-hmm.
of the videos, she's got like this like mm, pop of dark hair, and then
Mm-hmm.
other ones it looks kind of blonde. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
she's playing them both. Um, She loved having her nails painted. She was a little princess, but she also loved playing in the dirt, which kids don't, kids, they're kids. And it was said to be that she was a true daddy's girl. So, loved that daddy, and daddy loved her back just as much.
Mhm.
Riley was the flower girl at her uncle's wedding, and everybody said she stole the show. Like, she was supposed to sprinkle flowers, but
Mhm.
she wanted no part of that. She saw her daddy, and instead of doing what she was supposed to do, she just flew right up into his arms.
Aw.
The last photo taken of the family together was at that wedding.
Mhm.
So, and I was looking at her face, like, do you remember how Uncle Butch used to call Alexis Stella?
Yeah, Stella
Because
and
she had
Stosh.
Stella and Stash, because she's my sister's kids are half Hispanic, but they look like Polish Hispanic.
It's
So,
weird.
it's weird, but she reminds me of what Alexis looked like when she
Yeah,
was that age,
the
like
big
that
cheeks.
perfect round face, the
Yeah.
big cheeks, those beautiful bangs that come right above
Mhm.
the eyebrow, and then when she smiled, I was just like, "Holy fuck, she is giving me major Alexis vibes."
Yeah. Cutie.
Um, so little Riley turned 3 just 2 months before, so her birthday's March 31st, like we said. And as you mentioned in the opening, she went missing, on June 5th. So she had just turned 3 2 months before.
Mhm.
3 years old is like just a baby. It's a little bit more
Mhm.
than a baby.
Mhm.
Some of the kids are still in cribs, some of the kids are still in diapers.
Yeah.
They're toddlering real hard at this age. They're almost done talking toddlish,
Mhm.
where you can make out most of what they're saying, but they're still
Mhm.
messing stuff up really cute. 3 is an absolutely beautiful, precious, golden age where they're just amazing. Cash is 3
Yeah.
now. Cash is 3,
Yeah.
and I mean, he's being kind of a little fucker, but watching him come into his own, like, when we do stories like this and
No,
I hear the
you're in
ages.
timeout.
Yeah, you're in timeout. I'm done with that guy. Um It really hits home to think of that age and to see them and to make that association hurts a lot. So, for those of
Mhm.
you that aren't familiar with the area, Wilmington is a small town that's about 5,000 people at the time that this happened, and it's roughly around 2 hours from Chicago, and
Mhm.
it sits on the east side of the Kankakee River. Kankakee.
So on Saturday, June 5th, Melissa was walking the Avon Breast Cancer Walk. You remember the Avon Breast Cancer Walk?
Mhm, mhm,
Mhm. And Kevin and his brother, Tony, had come into the city
mhm,
to the Belmont Fest, and she was doing her thing.
mhm.
After the concert, he was adamant he wanted to get the kids from Melissa's mom. So
Mhm.
mom-in-law was watching the kiddos.
Right,
He wanted the kids home so he could get them up and ready earlier the next morning so they could watch Melissa finish the race the next day. Kevin got to his mother-in-law's house late at like 1 a.m. He got the kids because everyone was asleep. I remember doing it a million times. You bring
mhm,
one kid in, you tuck them in, you go back, you get the other kid.
mhm.
And he, rather than put them in their bedrooms, he said the beds weren't made up, whatever, and they sometimes would sleep in the family room. So he put Riley on the couch and he put Tyler on the chair with the ottoman right kind of next to her.
Right.
He went outside and had a cigarette, and he remembers that it was quiet, nobody around, and then he went back in and went to bed. And then that morning, Tyler came into his room and woke him up
Mhm.
and said, "Dad, Riley's not in the house. Riley's not on the couch." Kevin gets up. As probably can imagine, he gets up, he sees the couch is empty, and he searches the entire house looking
Right.
for her, most likely. Goes in the
100%.
basement if there is one, checks the backyard, and could not find her. So this takes him, give or take, 45 minutes from the time Tyler woke him up to search every inch of every place he can think, and he can't find her, and he
Mhm,
calls 911. And they
mhm.
do in the 2020s play the 911 call. He's like,
Yes, I heard
my
it.
daughter is nowhere to be found. I looked everywhere. I can't find her. And the operator's like, wait, you can't find your 3-year-old daughter?
Yeah,
And
I
he goes,
wasn't
no. And the operator's like, you're kidding me. Like,
I
literally, you're
wasn't
kidding me.
super happy about that because the way that I heard it was like
"Are
was
you
more
kidding
like,
me?"
"You're kidding me? You can't find your" like,
Yeah.
almost like you're like, they're judging him.
Yes.
Like, "How could you lose
So
your three-year-old?" And I'm just gonna pop this in here. We heard in 2 years ago, Payless, police were driving down the street, the Payless
mhm,
Police Department, and they
mhm.
saw a 4-year-old boy. It was like 4:35 o'clock in the morning walking down the
No.
street. This little
No!
guy got up and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go outside and take myself to the park,"
And just left.
and just left,
Oh,
and
shit.
the kids, they do that where they're just like Cash does it all the time, where he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'm gonna go outside." No, you're not going outside without, and
Just
they don't
opens the door and
understand.
leaves.
They
Yeah.
like, they know how.
Yeah.
They open it like they're like little people with little hands and opposable thumbs. So, for me, when I heard that, I'm like, it in initially, this could have been something just as simple as that. So why are you getting
Mhm.
shitty with me, 911 caller?
So, you
911, what's your emergency?
if you listen to the 911 call, you can hear the inflection, and depending on what mood you're in, it either sounds like, "You're kidding
Oh,
me," or it sounds like, "You're
you're
kidding
kidding
me."
me? So,
And you can take it both ways, 100%.
I love this for us. Listeners, we invite you to listen to the 2020 episode and see what you take it as, and
Do
then
you think
email
they were being
us
incredulous and not
incredulous.
unkind, or do you think they were
Or
being shitty?
yes. Or do you think they're being like, "Fuck, are you kidding me?" Like,
Come on, man. What
"Come
do you
on.
mean?
What?"
Get the
So
fuck out of
let
here.
us know what you all think. Alright.
So, when the police get there, they notice that it's a normal looking house, like no signs of forced entry, blah, blah, blah. Kevin says the front door was locked when he went to bed, but when he got up, the front door was ajar.
Mhm.
And then Kevin told the investigators that the lock on the back door had been broken for a long time. He had never fixed it. Do you remember the back
Girl.
door?
Girl. Girl, I was just gonna fucking say when people are
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you didn't fix the lock on your back door." South Side, Chicago, South Side.
Yeah.
Fran was like, "Bitches, we don't even need a fucking doorknob on this
Yep.
fucking door." She
Yep.
had a piece of fucking twine around it. And she's
So
like, "You just gotta pull the rope to open it."
you pull the rope to open the
There
door
was a fucking
inside,
hole in the door.
and then when you got outside, you grabbed the little rope and you pulled it
Pulled it
shut.
the other way
Do you
because
know
there
what
was
she
a
did?
hole in the door.
Do you know what she did when I said, but it's
Oh,
cold outside and the air is gonna
God.
get in? She just put a piece of duct tape over the hole. That's what she did. That
Bro,
was
I
her
lived there.
insulation.
You're telling me this like I don't fucking know. I
You
lived
had a
in that house.
deadbolt lock on your door in the basement, so
I
if someone
did.
got in the
And a
house, at least you
Rottweiler.
were okay, and a
Yes.
Rottweiler.
And a
But
Rottweiler.
yeah, so, I mean, I think that that town was just so small
Yeah,
and
100%.
lulled into that safety
Yep.
thing, people didn't lock their doors, they didn't think about it,
Yes.
but, you know,
I know.
yeah,
I know.
okay.
So Kevin is distraught. Okay. His baby girl is
Mhm,
missing. He's crying. They can't find
mhm.
Riley. Melissa is actually the one that calls him. So he doesn't initially call her. And
Mhm,
I don't think I have an opinion on this one way. I don't know what I would do. So I'm going to shut my fucking mouth door on that one. Um, so she's the one that calls him and she says that she could tell something is wrong. And he tells her that Riley is gone.
mhm,
And she said that she drops the phone, falls to her knees, kinda can't believe what she heard, and
mhm,
then they head back to Wilmington immediately.
mhm.
She says as they get off I-55 and a little closer to the house, now they see people all over the place searching for Riley, and this is when it gets very real very fast. I can't even imagine that fucking phone call.
Mm-mm.
Hundreds of people show up for the search. So this is the morning of.
Yep.
Okay. They began at Forsyth Woods. It's a forest preserve. There's a mother and
Mhm,
daughter that came out to help, and they went towards the creek, and the mother saw what she thought was a bag, and she ended up finding the body of little baby Riley. The
and the
police
mom
found
in the interview, like, she's, like, crying just
She's
describing what
crying,
she
yes.
saw.
How could you not be?
I wouldn't even.
Yeah, no. The police oh, god damn it. The police found Melissa and Kevin and immediately placed them in separate cars. Again, not loving this.
Mm,
They get to the police station and they start questioning them. So Kevin's dad is the one that told them that they found Riley and that she was not alive, not the police.
yeah.
Don't what is happening right now?
Over and over and over again, we hear the same fucking things. There's, like, if you're wrong, police officer, if you're wrong, there is no way to go back and fix the harm that you've caused, the torment that you've caused these people. It doesn't cost you anything to just err on the side of caution and give them a little bit of grace and treat them like people. And then
Oh, you
later,
mean
if
like
you're,
people that just lost their fucking
yeah,
daughter?
just
Yeah,
saying. And
just
if
saying.
later on you're wrong and you find
Right.
out that they were involved, then you could be shitty to them all you want.
Be shitty.
But
We
you
blood
can't
eagle people.
all the time.
You can be shitty. I I can't wait to talk a little bit more about this as we dive in because
Mhm.
I have a question for you. Boop, 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 and it's coming.
Okay.
So
Go.
something else is happening at the time. In the same area in Wilmington, there was a burglary that was
Mhm.
reported. There were reports that a red car was seen cruising that area on
Mhm.
Sunday morning,
Mhm.
and police reported that it was no interest. Don't worry about it. It doesn't have anything to do with Riley Fox case.
No coincidence.
No
Mm-mm.
coincidence. So burglary, don't worry about it. Car over there, psh, don't even worry about it. Sis, is this ringing any bells for you?
Are you
Any
talking about
little
that asshole in
Oh,
fucking
there it is.
California?
Yes, I am.
Fuck that guy.
I know. My sister literally thinks that he should be in the jail for the rest of his life, and that's
Forever and
fine.
ever.
Yes, totally
That's
fine.
my
Agree if
opinion.
because he murdered his wife.
I'll
Um,
apologize if I'm wrong, but that's my opinion.
100%, right? We could do that.
Mhm.
But it's
So
one
as
of
I
those
said,
yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But more importantly, in 2007,
You
just
didn't
3
let me
years later.
finish.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say to you, do you feel like we are going towards, like, more reporting sympathy with these wrongfully convicted, or do you think that we're sitting neutral?
I think that if we did not have hindsight, I would probably, just like we did, I forget what case it was, but just like we were talking about, like, where we were firmly in the camp. Oh, it was John Bonet, that what they thought was real, and we were on that
Mhm,
side of
mhm.
them. But now, 20 years later, with all this hindsight, we have the blessing to be able to make better judgments. And
Okay.
but at the time,
You know what? Good, yes, because right, we're covering cases that are older,
we know
and
the
so
answer.
we know the answers. Bring it,
So
sis.
that's the
Bring it.
tough one.
Good.
So
Alright, I can
she's
live there.
talking about, obviously, she's talking about Scott Peterson. Fuck that guy.
I will
But
fuck that guy.
more importantly, in 2007, and I had to research the dates because fucking
Mhm.
Will County.
Will
What
Co
is going on
Will
down there, you guys?
guys, Will
What the
County.
fuck? So in
Guys.
2007, just 3 years after all this happened, fucking Will County, similar tunnel vision situation with the Chris
Yeah,
Vaughn case.
yeah.
It might have even been some of the same guys.
Maybe?
I feel
Question
like
mark?
they had some problems 20 years ago.
What?
Stop it.
Okay.
So
Not
the
the
sheriff's
police.
department, not the police.
Not the
So the
police.
sheriff's department searched the area where little Riley was found. And near where they found Riley, they found a white tennis shoe. They bag it. There was some faded writing on the tongue of the shoe.
Mhm,
Eventually, they figure out that the faded writing says EBY.
mhm.
And that's all we ever hear about the shoe evidence initially
For a long time.
for a very long time.
You found a shoe.
So here's the thing.
Don't worry about it, just
They
throw it out just put it over there.
they did find the match. The reason that the shoe stood out in the investigator who found its mind is because he's like, "I have searched alleys and creeks and woods for my whole career. I have never found both shoes. Never. I always find a shoe somewhere around, but I have never found actually both shoes." And it was like a little ways away, there was
Mhm.
a second shoe, and it was a
Mhm.
match, same brand, color, all the things. And he's like, "It just it stood out in my brain. I put it in evidence as I was instructed to do, but then it
Yeah,
never
huh.
nothing ever happened."
I was
So,
just gonna say it stood out in his brain to what end, though? To
right.
what end? It's a little thing we call
So
evidence.
so while we're watching the 2020 where they
Mhm.
show that they had found the shoes and then they found the match,
Mhm.
Justin was watching it with me. He says, "Those look like the shoes that you get when you go to prison." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes,
Justin, why do you know
"Justin,
this, Ro
Justin." So he says that, and I was like, "What are you talking
I didn't
about?" And
know
he
they give you
goes,
special shoes.
he said everyone gets the same white tennis shoes, white laces, white shoes, white soles. Like, it's so, he's like, they're just so boring and nondescript, cheap shoes. And you write your name in the tongue because everyone has the same shoes. So if your cellmate puts on your shoes, you'd be like, "No, no, bro, that's my shoe." And because so you put your name in it. And I was like, "Get the fuck out of here." And he's like, "No, seriously." So I was like, "Okay, it'll
Okay.
become important later." Go ahead.
No, I love that he knew that. I didn't know that you were gonna go there. Also, can I tell you just a little something?
Hmm.
When I was in my 20s and I used to
Mhm.
go out drinking, I always
Mhm.
lost my shoes. Always. I
Lisa.
would come home shoeless so many times. So when Riley was found, this is ugly.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
didn't
I'm so
wanna, I'm
sorry.
glad you made it purple because I didn't wanna say it.
I thought you might deliberately not want to put this in there, but skip ahead, everybody. Trigger warning if you don't like some details, and I'm going to try
You
and be as
put it in there,
respectful.
I didn't
I'm
put
going to
it in
try and
there.
be as respectful as we can because I think it's important that
Go
they're
ahead.
saying this is what happened to her, but also that
Okay.
her father did this.
I know, I agree. Go ahead.
So when Riley is found, she has duct tape on her mouth and residue on her wrists. She had been alive when she was put in the creek, so she was drowned. Evidence showed that she had been beaten. She had a injury on her head, and
Mhm.
also that she had been sexually assaulted.
Mhm.
DNA was taken to an FBI lab. The
Mhm.
FBI and the police record the funeral to see what happens. So this is a technique that we know they use to see
Yeah.
if people show up.
Yeah.
There is some stuff made like maybe they were recording Kevin the whole time, but I'm gonna let that sit with whoever wants to keep it.
Mhm.
The police, within hours of the funeral ending, start questioning friends and family and asking if they thought Kevin was capable of this. So this is within hours of him burying his child. The next part, this is really just 16 days after she was murdered. Tyler, the older brother of Riley, was interviewed.
He was 6.
He was 10 at
He
the
was a
time.
No, he was only 3 years away from Riley. He was 3 when Riley was
Oh,
born,
I
I
thought I
thought.
looked at it. I thought he was
Am I
10. Nope,
wrong?
nope, I put it in there. You're not wrong. So I watched the interview. He was 6 when this took place. So he was 6
Okay.
years old. You're right. I'm so sorry.
He was a baby.
He was alone with this straight. Did you see the interview?
Mhm. That fucking bitch, Blood Eagle. I call Blood Eagle on
Girl,
that bitch.
I said that right in my story. I was like, I don't normally like to blood eagle an innocent person, but
You
she's
wrote
on my
that down.
fucking radar. She's on my fucking radar. All right,
What in the
listeners,
actual fuck? And she's
what
supposed to be
happens?
a
Yes,
trained person.
it's okay. So what
How
happens in this interview? 2 weeks after his sister is taken and murdered, they bring this little 6-year-old boy into a room without a parent to a stranger who's never met him. She sits on one side of the desk and puts him on the other side. Number one, the girl looking at this, the proper interview is like, you should never sit behind a desk.
it you're not with them, you're the authority figure.
So she starts questioning him about what happened that night. I'm going to just give you the highlights. She asked him if his dad took his sister out of the house, and he says no. Did he
Mhm.
carry your sister out of the house? No. You can tell me if he did. No. You can tell it's okay if he did. You can tell me. He starts crying. He starts pulling his hood
Yeah.
over his head. He
That
starts
broke my
rocking.
heart. He literally was trying to
He
hide in his shirt.
It was one of the hardest things I've ever watched in my fucking life.
If I had been physically present,
I
I
would
would have
have beat
beaten that
her.
woman within an inch of her life.
She's telling him this. Did you see your dad take Riley outside? Did you see your dad pick up Riley? Did you see your dad do this? The woman who was looking over this video later said that she asked him 168 times in different
And
ways
he
if
said
no to every single one of them. And
168
68
times.
times no. Not only does she keep asking him, but now she's telling him, like, well, if your dad didn't take her, then who did? If your dad
This
didn't
fucking
take her, then
bitch.
what happened to her? You tell
This
me what
fucking
happened. And
bitch.
so now this boy just lost his sister, and now
His
you're
dad's
accusing
not with
him?
him. Mhm.
You're accusing him, this little 6-year-old? Like, bitch. Black
I
fucking
really
evil.
hope she got fired. I hope. I know nothing happened to her, I'm sure of it.
This
Fucking
bitch
assholes.
pissed me off. Everyone, I tried to Google the search because I was gonna put it in show notes, which we've never done before. I don't even know how to do that. But I couldn't find just the interview. So what I suggest then is that all of you go back and look and watch the 2020 episode, The Accused, because it does have that interview in there.
Mhm.
And if you want to get real, real angry, watch
If
it.
you wanna be enraged, watch
Or if
it.
you just want to hear how I'm reporting it, that's basically what happened. When this interview ended, he was crying hysterically, like not
Mhm.
he's like like that
Yeah,
kind of crying where
yeah.
he just said, I want my mom and my dad. I want my mom and my dad. So you got one child murdered, and then the one that is still here, you're fucking what, making him
Torturing
out?
him.
Torture.
Torture.
Torture. Fucking
Fuck
evil
that.
bitch.
Awful, awful. You know what it reminds me of is, like, all those stories that you hear about back in the fucking 40s and the 50s where the nuns were worse than any other fucking killer because they were all psychos beating kids and whatever the fuck. That's what it reminded me of.
You
Like, they're
didn't
supposed to be
just
there to
throw
help somebody.
the
Fucking
nuns into this mix, did you?
I did.
Not the nuns.
Not the nuns.
Amen. And
So
peace be
the
with you, and you too, or however it goes. And you
and
also.
you as well. Oh. So
Oh,
the town
fuck.
is on alert. People are saying they don't feel safe. No shit. They aren't
You
letting their
think?
kids play outside unsupervised. Yeah, motherfuckers.
Great.
You
Good
think?
job, guys. We're there. We're
Don't let
fucking
that
there.
precious cargo out of your sight, for fuck's sake.
Fuck.
God. Also, the door on their house had a broken lock for a while. No shade. But just observing like how little crime there must have been that Kevin and Melissa felt that their
Yeah.
family was safe without a lock
They
on their
grew up
house.
there.
You know,
Fine. They
to
okay.
me, to me, it's wild. But I grew up
Okay.
in the big scary inner city. I don't know if I'll ever be comfortable with my door unlocked. I am in rural Colorado. Nobody walks past my house. There is pretty much no crime here. And I lock my fucking door even in the daytime
You
still.
should. I can't tell you how when I lived in Morris and then when I lived in New Lenox, it never, ever, ever bothered me. And this is, and I was watching true crime. Investigation Discovery had already become my best friend. And I still didn't lock that door at all. Like I was like, yeah, it's fine. This neighborhood's safe. It's
No,
fine.
I can't do it. So Kevin's brother, Chad, this was the brother who had gotten married and she was the
Mm-hmm.
flower girl.
Uh-huh.
He tells Kevin, you need to get a lawyer because
You need a
from
lawyer.
the from the outside in, he's like, I don't like the way this looks. And Kevin and Melissa are like, We don't need one. We're fine. We're not
Yep.
worried about
We're
it."
fine.
Then they get a call from the police saying, "We have news about the case and you both need to get down here right now." And this is where they think they're going to get an update, but when they get to the police station, they separate them and put them in different rooms. They
Mm-hmm.
put Melissa in a room, just
Mm-hmm.
leave her in there for fucking
Mm-hmm.
hours.
Yep.
And then in another room, they start questioning Kevin. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
evening time.
Mm-hmm.
He apparently took a lie detector test, a polygraph, but I believe that was after that night, the entire night, up all night, and
Yes.
then into the next morning.
Correct.
I heard they questioned him for 14 hours straight
Uh-huh.
through the night.
Uh-huh.
So by the morning when he took this lie detector test, he had been awake for over 24 hours and
Yes.
interrogated for 14
Yes.
of them.
Yes. He had come from working his regular day job. Like, they got home, she was making dinner. Imagine this is the call, you're like, "Finally, they're gonna give us what we need to hear."
Mhm.
And I also saw so he had been up at 4:30 in the morning, he was a painter. So he was up at 4:30, he works his whole day, gets down to the station, they start questioning him, and this goes on a full fucking 14 hours after that, sis.
Mhm.
What I also found out is that this was 10 months after Riley was murdered. I
Mm.
didn't I don't
I
think I
felt like
realized
no, I
that
felt
it
like it was, like, the next day, the same
right.
week. I
So
didn't
there
realize
was
that it was so long.
right, so there was no other suspect.
Mhm.
I don't remember if it was the mayor, so I'm not gonna
No, no, no,
say
no.
no, 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 no.
It was the
District att
prosecutor.
okay,
It was the attorney guy who was up for whatever
reelection.
reelection,
Okay.
and
Um,
he claims that there was no political reason.
right, but
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna say this right now. You know I support the Blue, right? Because they have a tough job.
Sure.
One bad apple, unfortunately, but please tell me there has to be more than somebody saying, "I need you to arrest somebody for this crime." Please tell me that there
Don't get
has
the
to
right
be
guy. Just get a
a
guy.
guy.
Really?
You please, and I
Really?
know what everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my god, you're so naive. Oh my god, you're so stupid." "Oh, well, you know what? Maybe I'm not. Maybe I just think that people are better than we give ourselves credit for." Meh. Um, so what we find out is that they show him a picture of how Riley was found.
Ugh.
He tells this to his lawyer later. They showed him a crime scene photo of his daughter, his 3-year-old daughter, and he tells his lawyer, the queen bee herself, Kathleen Zellner, quote, "There was dirt on her face and no one even bothered to wipe it off," end quote. That's what he's seeing. That's what a father is seeing. And I think that they said at this point he was saying, like, "I failed her." So now he's got the police going
Mhm.
back and forth at him, questioning him. They tell me he failed the polygraph. They recorded 2 minutes of his 14 or 16-hour interview, and they recorded
Yeah.
just the confession.
So that was that stuck in Kathleen Zellner's head was that they had the ability to watch that or record that interview,
Mhm. Mhm.
and they purposely did not.
Mhm.
So
So
that's a
now
red flag, motherfuckers, that you
right.
were doing shit that you should not have been doing because you didn't want anyone to see it.
Boom. So the way the confession allegedly happens is that after a full 24 hours now, he was up, he was questioned, he was stayed there, he was questioned, he was lie detectored. They're tag teaming him after this happens, and they're going
Mhm.
between like this threat and promises kind of
Mhm.
technique.
Mhm.
So how this looks for all of you listeners is that it's like, we promise that we'll help you out if you just
Mhm.
admit what happened. If you don't fucking tell us what happened, you're gonna spend life or death in prison, and we know guys that are gonna rape you. Hey man, if you just tell us that it was an accident, we can help you out of this. You can get
Mhm.
out of you can bail out, you can get an attorney, we can figure this out.
Mhm.
That's the that's the technique that they were using when they said that it was this threats and promises technique. So that's how that looked. So, he's going through this confession, which is recorded, the police are stating what happened, and he's
Mhm.
just saying yes or yeah.
Mhm.
So is that really even a confession? He's just he's just at this point like, what have I got? And that's what they said. What has he got to live for? They took
Mhm.
it all away.
Mhm.
So Kevin makes up this story or goes along with what they said happened because
Mhm.
they thought it was the only way to get out of that room. So I'm going to
And
tell
he
them.
like he says later on in interviews that the story as they proposed it, what had happened and him
Mhm.
being responsible,
Yes.
he was like, it was
It's
so
so mhm,
preposterous that
mhm.
anyone listening to this later is going to be like, get the fuck out of here. He was like, it was ridiculous what they had come up with.
Do you know who else said something similar in their interview?
Who?
The gentleman, um, help me, in Illinois, murder in Illinois.
Chris Vaughn.
Chris Vaughn, when
Mhm.
they went in there and said, "We have the videotape, we saw what
Yeah,
happened,"
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
he was like, "Thank God, I've been
Play
waiting for
it.
somebody." He said later on, he's like, "I never went after telling them because I thought the evidence would tell them that they would have it."
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
we've heard this before, same, Will County Sheriff's
Fucking
Department.
Will County in the
I
early
know, let's see.
2000s. What was going
But
on,
hey,
guys?
guys, for those of you that are doing the hard work, thank you for doing the hard work,
Well, all those
okay?
guys are retired now, so let's do
Thank
better.
God. All right. I love doing better.
Do better.
Oh, let's all do better together.
Okay, so this is the story that they propose, and
Okay, there
he
you
just
are.
says, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Kevin woke up and went to the bathroom, and Riley was in the bathroom, and
Mhm.
he didn't know she was in there. So the door swings open, and he hit her with the door, injuring her. And then to cover up this accident,
There it is.
he bound her
Mhm.
and dropped her in the water to make it look like an abduction so he
Mhm.
wouldn't get in trouble for the accident. Are you fucking kidding me right now? That's the best you could come up with to
That's what
early
they came up with.
2000s?
That's what they
Will
came up
County
with.
cops? That's it? That's what you
So
got?
I didn't see this
Really?
because I have it blown up to 150 with the font. So I was literally already 2 pages down and you were going back. So I was like, what are we looking at now? Okay.
And what he was hoping would happen happened. He gave them what they wanted. They latched onto this shit.
Mhm.
And the abuse stopped,
Stopped.
and he got out of the fucking room.
Yeah, but out
But
of the room and into jail.
but so,
Okay. Um,
they bring Melissa in.
they bring Melissa in. They tell her that he failed the polygraph. She's gotta be, like, in shock. She never wavered in her assumption that Kevin was innocent. She stood by him like,
Mhm,
"No, he did not do this.
mhm.
I know that Kevin would never do this." It doesn't matter, Kevin is arrested, and I do believe that his brother is the one that
Yes.
hired Miss
It's
Queen Bee
when,
Kathleen.
cause he told them, he was like, "Bruh, I fucking
Mhm.
you need a lawyer." So
"Russ,
when
they're
he
coming
gets
after you."
arrested, the brother Chad, God love him, cause he's in Chicago,
Mhm.
he finds out about Kathleen Zellner, he goes to her office, tells
Mhm.
her the story, and retains her as his brother's attorney.
Mhm.
Okay, so a little
Okay.
about Queen Bee Kathleen.
Let's do it.
She is still a highly prominent Illinois defense attorney based in Downers Grove.
Right
She's
around the
wide,
corner.
dude. She's right there.
Mhm.
Widely known for her work in wrongful conviction advocacy and civil rights violations.
Mhm.
She has successfully secured the exoneration of numerous individuals and is noted for her aggressive, media savvy, and forensic driven defense strategies.
Go
She
girl.
follows, it's a crazy thought. She follows the fucking evidence. Oh my God.
What?
Shut the front door.
That is brand new information.
Brand new information.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm
she
sorry.
has helped exonerate more than 20 people. She relies heavily on the DNA evidence. She reenacts the crimes. In this case, she
Mhm.
dropped a 40-pound bag full of something to
Mhm.
mimic Riley's body into the water, and the current could not carry that 40-pound sack to where Riley was found.
Right.
So their theory that he bound her and
Mhm.
dropped her in the water does not, pardon me, hold water.
So she says in her interview this one little statement that rang with me and stuck with me. She's like, even if somebody confesses, the
Mhm.
confession has to be corroborated. And
Correct.
I was like,
It's not
yeah,
gospel.
like, it's again, it's one of those simple things. It's in your face, but I
Mhm.
needed her to say it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
it does, doesn't it? Like, you can't
Hello.
just,
I
thank
know.
you, Kathleen Zellner.
Then this bathroom door that he
Ugh.
supposedly hit the Riley with as he
Mm-hmm.
walked into the bathroom, injuring her to the point that he was sure she was dead. was a hollow core door that probably weighed 5 ounces. And there was no way in the world, even if you smashed somebody in the face with this door,
Yeah.
that it could have caused the head injury that Riley had.
So Miss Zellner, for if you guys are still not on, if you're not same paging with us, was also the person that represented one Stephen Avery in the
Mhm.
Netflix documentary Making a Murderer. So
Mhm.
this is where I say again, sis, my question to you, my sissy of all sisses, are we are we finding ourselves on the side of the defense? Or and I like the way you answered earlier. It's just and then I put this on here, are we literally cherry picking who we do that with? And am I okay with this? I don't know. Because are we being honest with ourselves? Maybe. And are we just saying fuck the ones we don't like? I don't know. Like, and I say that because let's just say that at some point they say Scott Peterson is innocent. They find DNA, that truck that or that van, those
Mhm.
that evidence
Mhm.
is tested and they're like, he
Mhm.
did not do it. Somebody else killed her. Do
Mhm.
we what do we do? Like, who are we?
Well,
Who are
in that
we?
situation,
Yeah.
for that example, if
Okay.
they are able to prove to me with whatever they come up with that it was not Scott Peterson, I will own the fact that I was wrong. Every bit of evidence, and I'm not going by just what the media says, I know that
Mhm.
much. Every bit of evidence so far, I'm like, it casts a little doubt. I don't think he got a fair trial. I'll go with that. But I still think that he had a hand in this. Now, if it ultimately gets proven that he was innocent, I'll be like, all right, sorry. He's still a fucking asshole, but
I
he
love
doesn't deserve to
this.
be in prison.
Okay, can I spill a little secret? Can
Yeah.
I do a spoiler or an intro?
Yeah.
Next weekend, my sister and I, next week, we're going to record our show on The Crash.
Oh.
Okay, the documentary,
Mm-hmm.
The Crash.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited because it's newer, like we haven't
Mm-hmm.
heard of it. We don't have that hindsight that we've been dealing with. And
That's true.
I cannot wait to see where we land on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited for us next week. So all of you tune in for that one for sure.
Now, Kathleen Zellner does say in Making a Murderer and in these couple of clips that they have of her, I don't want to call her the way she chooses her cases cherry picking.
No, I use that for us.
So she chooses her cases based on the fact that there is enough actual scientific evidence to suggest that these people are innocent. They were not proven beyond a reasonable doubt, blah, blah, blah,
Okay.
blah. And then she does her reenactments.
Okay.
But she kind of vets who she goes to bat for before she accepts their case, which I don't think is a bad thing
No,
per
I
se.
don't think so either.
Okay.
Pick the winners.
All right.
Okay.
So DNA.
D
So
D
DNA,
N fucking A.
deoxyribonucleic acid.
Is that what
Yeah,
that
yeah, I
stands
did it.
for? Say
Yeah,
it
look it up.
again. Say it again real quick.
Deoxyribonucleic acid. I might have said it wrong, but that's it.
That's it. You did
That's
not
it.
say it wrong. You said it fucking perfectly. Thank you for I don't if somebody said what is DNA, I would have been like, do not I don't know. Like duonucleoxylytic.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So DNA was gotten from Riley when she was found. They did all the swabs, they did all the tests, we'll call it a rape kit, but it's basically swabs from different places
Right.
and they put it all in the things and they sent it. Now, because Quantico or the FBI had been invited,
Uh-huh.
the rape kit and all the things had been sent to Quantico for testing, but there was a huge backlog, so it hadn't been tested yet.
Uh-huh.
And when they got their quote unquote confession, some sergeant supposedly called
Uh-huh.
the lab at Quantico and told them, you don't need to test that DNA, send it back to us. Which the current in this situation, not Tom Zach, but Glasgow, was like,
Uh-huh.
that's the most ridiculous
Who the
thing I've
fuck
ever
did
heard.
that? Yes.
Who the
Bring,
fuck
bring,
did that?
bring. Hello, Quantico. How can I
Now,
help you?
Oh, you don't need to do that. Um,
Okay.
the sergeant, and that's what they said in the interviews. The sergeant who made that phone call claims he told their lab not to test certain things, but he never said don't test all of it. I still
Don't
call it
you
bullshit.
Yeah, I
You
was
don't
just
get
gonna
to call
say,
that.
don't you wanna test
No.
everything?
Yes.
Don't you wanna be 100% sure? I love sureness.
Yeah. So
Pretty sure
when
there's a commercial about
Kathleen
sure.
Sure. When
Sure.
Kathleen Zellner reviewed the case, she got the evidence sent to a private lab to speed up the testing.
Who do you suppose paid for that?
Maybe her.
Maybe who?
Maybe Kathleen Zellner.
Okay,
Maybe that's part of the defense.
okay.
I mean, I guess ultimately the brother retained her, so she got money for
Right, right, right.
representing him.
Okay.
So the DNA testing that they used could
Mhm.
not tell you if the perpetrator was Marie or Lisa. It
Okay.
wasn't the kind of DNA that could say that guy did it, but it could say definitively that's not the guy.
Okay.
So you could rule someone out,
Okay.
but you couldn't necessarily identify a perpetrator.
Heard. Okay.
Okay. So at the very least, they could rule out Kevin.
Right.
The
Yep, you rushed
DNA
your spot.
says, no worries. The DNA comes back, and Kevin is not a match.
Mhm.
Period. End of story. They don't know who is, but they can say it wasn't
Period.
him.
Okay.
Had he had they not gotten this stuff and he had been gone off to trial, whatever, he would have gotten the death penalty. Even
Mhm.
Kathleen Zellner was like, if that fucking DNA doesn't give us what we need, I'm looking
Mhm.
at a dead man.
Mhm.
She's
I
like, I
remember
felt
her
like I
saying
was
that. I
looking at a
remember her
dead
saying
man.
that. Yes.
The FBI goes back to review the evidence that was intentionally overlooked because it did
Ooh, you
not
just said it intentionally.
intentionally
She said
put
it. I didn't
aside.
say it. I live in a no. She doesn't. I don't know. Okay.
It didn't line up with the cop's theory, so it was intentionally put aside. They weren't following the evidence, they were choosing the evidence that fit what they wanted to be true. Very dangerous. We call it tunnel vision.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So at this point, Tom Zach is out, Glasgow is in. He drops all the charges when he hears about the DNA. He's like,
Yes.
I got no case against this guy.
Yes.
And Kevin's out. Now, Kevin tells us he was still treated poorly by a lot of people because
Yes.
despite all of this, like everyone latched onto the story when it happened, but when
Right.
he got out, nobody gave a fuck and they were like, "Oh, baby killer," blah blah blah. He said it was awful.
Yes.
Now, Queen Kathleen is on the news
Yes.
and she says in quotes, "Do the test before you make the arrest." And I was like, I feel like that's a t-shirt.
Okay, so I'm gonna pause on the t-shirts for just a beat, because I don't wanna brand us as, if the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit kind of a podcast. Okay, I don't wanna do that.
Oh,
I don't wanna do that to us just
no.
yet. Um,
No.
but but we could work on that.
Mhm,
Here's what I wanna go, they let him out within 24 hours.
mhm,
Like, no trial, you're out, you're
mhm,
done.
mhm.
What fucking evidence did they fucking have? What
His
evidence aside from his confession did they have? If
his
he
his quote unquote confession was literally all they had. Literally.
Okay,
That's it.
I'm very that's very problematic for me. That's
No,
very problematic for me.
if he had put the duct tape on her, if he had put her in the water, if he had done those things, his skin cells would have been on any of that.
100%. Now, can I play the other side of this coin? Can I swing my door in
Go
the
ahead.
other camp for just 1 second and say, as his father, wouldn't and a reasonable thing to say if they did find it would be, "I was her father. My DNA should be on her."
So that's again,
I mean, how do we know?
yeah. How do
So
you
if we wanna be one of those people who are like,
know?
"Guilty, guilty, guilty, I don't give a fuck what he says." Coincidentally, his DNA was not found on her, which again speaks volumes, but we can
Mhm.
also say that, like, of course my DNA is on her. She was my daughter. I put her to sleep. I gave her a kiss goodnight.
Yeah.
I helped her wipe her butt. Do you know
Mhm.
what the call of the wild in this house? "Mom, I need help. I pooed." Like, my DNA is gonna be there. So all of this to say, can we just say someone is
Yeah.
still out there who murdered a
Oh,
3-year-old baby?
I'm telling you.
And can we get a little mad about that?
The c I feel like this is always, like, the same thing is, like, you're going okay, what
Okay.
story were we covering
We have covered
where they
so
were
many already, sis.
simultaneously Susan
Oh,
Smith,
there it
they
is.
were
Yes.
simultaneously investigating her and investigating the murder.
The 11th
How
man
is
rule.
that how is that not
I
the
love that.
model?
I think that
How is
that
that
should be what
not?
everybody does. That's what
Every
we should
model.
do.
Okay, we think it's this guy, tunnel vision all the way, but there's still a team saying,
Yes.
"What if it's not?"
What if it's not? I love that.
Could
That's
that
doing
hurt?
better.
Could
No.
that hurt? Maybe
Nope.
I should run for some sort of county seat, and that's my
No.
platform.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want that for us. Not right now.
Okay, okay.
Can you give Murder with My Sister a couple more years?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks. The Foxes sue the sheriff's office,
Mhm.
and they should.
And they
Um,
should.
there's a couple reasons. Number one, this is their way of trying to help clear Kevin because
Mhm.
he's still getting shit on by people.
Yeah. Even though he's
He's
been
still, yes, even
cleared.
though he's been cleared with fucking DNA. The sheriff's office, this is where they said they were hung up on the fact that there was no forced entry. In her interviews, Melissa
Yes.
says, if I heard one more time about no forced entry, I was gonna lose it.
Yeah.
Why would there be forced entry if the lock was fucking broken? He
You
came
didn't
in the
need to
back
force it.
door, he walked out the front door.
It's not fucking rocket science.
Boom. That's how there's no
Unbelievable.
forced entry. And then there was another piece of evidence. So this is what when I was losing my mind over what did they have. Apparently there was
Mhm.
a video surveillance of a car that passed by
Grainy
a
as
gas
fuck.
that passed by a gas station, and the cops are like, "That's Kevin's car. That's Kevin's
Mhm.
car."
Mhm.
You look at this and it doesn't even like one of them was an SUV and one of them is a car, like
Mhm.
A 4-door car.
Mhm.
So it didn't even look like his car, but they were like, "It's his car." The Foxes were awarded an amount of money, we'll talk about that later. The sheriff's office just went on doing their thing,
Mhm.
okay? Um, the attorney who tried the first one said he
Mhm.
stands by his decision. He thought he's like,
I
"Hey, man,
stand by my
I
decisions
did
that
it
I
I
made at
did
that time.
I'm yep,
I
I did
stand
a
by
good
that.
job."
Do you wanna
The
talk about No, no,
Foxes
no, I stand by
nope,
it.
I stand by it. The
Fuck
Foxes,
you.
used that money to keep the investigation going and to offer a reward for the capture of the man who did murder their baby girl, who is still out there at this point
Mhm.
in time.
Mhm. So, let's talk about what else happened at that time.
Tell me, sis, what
There
happened?
was a
What
suspicious
happened?
car in the
What?
neighborhood reported
Wait.
by multiple people, a
Hmm.
red Chevy Beretta, and it was parked outside their home
Mhm.
and nobody owned it.
Doesn't matter.
That's what you get with small towns in fucking Gladys Kravitz.
Uh,
That's a suspicious car. Do you know what I'm talking
okay,
about?
can I ask
Justin Kravitz.
I'm gonna ask you this, and everybody clutch your pearls real quick. Who the fuck is Gladys Kravitz?
I think it's an old, like, black and white sitcom,
You
and
don't even
Gladys
know?
was the
My
housewife.
sister, the knower of all things, doesn't know. My sister, who knew what listing was, doesn't know who Gladys Kravitz actually is. You use this
Oh,
statement
fuck.
100 times every episode.
Come on, man.
You,
Whatever. Alright, alright.
my whole true crime podcast is false now.
There it
Who
is.
even are you?
I don't know. The house across the street from the Foxes had been broken into the same night. The same night.
Yes.
And the pair of shoes, the white tennis shoes that they found in the creek, had the name EBY or EB on the tongue, and nobody ever talked about that. Okay.
Okay. Sis, can I tell
So
you something really
now
quick? Wait, can I
go,
pause you really quick? The
go.
three things you just pointed out, they're
Yeah.
what I like to call evidence.
Shut the fucking front door.
It's new. It's new. It hasn't caught on yet. Continue.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, bring it
So
there.
2009, 5 motherfucking years
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
after this baby had been taken and murdered,
Yep.
the FBI decides, do you think maybe we could investigate this from the get-go and maybe find
Mhm.
out who did this?
Yep.
Not to mention the fact that whoever did this is out there
Out there.
and has 5 years to keep doing more crimes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
so the FBI reopens the investigation. 30 agents fucking descend on this tiny town of Wilmington and
I would have
question
loved to have been there for that.
everybody. Can you imagine?
I would have been like, question me, question me. Hey, 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 look at me, Nosy Nelly, question me.
And the one agent, Lori Warren, just wouldn't let it go. She
Mhm.
had a bug up her butt and she was like, it's fucking happening.
She had that bee in her bonnet.
So they just start talking to everybody, knocking on doors, all the things. There was a woman that they interview who was suspicious of her former boyfriend.
Okay,
Okay.
so we know what we say about, oh my
Yes.
God, okay, that's all I wanted to
Yes.
mention when I put that like,
So
I
here's
get
the
it.
thing. It wasn't at the time that Riley went missing that she became suspicious of him. He was
Right.
a dick. He was a creep, she said. She didn't want to be with him, blah, blah, blah. She was afraid of him. So there was that. But it wasn't until later, and I don't know how much later, that she got the inkling that, holy shit, could this have been something? So she has since passed away, but they have
Mhm.
her interview on the 2020 episode. He was her boyfriend. He was living with his mom just down the street from where the Foxes lived. I think they said it was a mile away from
Mhm.
their house.
Mhm.
She told them about Scott
What's that?
EBY.
EBY? EBY?
EBY.
Oh, you mean the letters that were in the tongue of
Interesting.
the Sis, is that a clue?
Interesting. Is that a clue?
Is that a clue?
She called him a creep. He was 33 years old. He had been married and in and out of prison.
Prison. So
So
Justin.
Justin and I are sitting there watching this, and they said that, and I was like, motherfucker.
Justin knew. He knew
He
prison
fucking knew.
shoes.
He fucking called that shit.
He fucking knew those prison shoes. He's
So
like, I had a
sometime
pair of those shoes.
So sometime after she was killed, there was a memorial garden or something like that constructed. And we'll have to look up and see like how long ago after she
Mhm.
was killed did this happen. But the girlfriend said they were walking through the little memorial park. And she said, I just can't believe somebody would hurt that sweet little girl. And he said, oh, that was such a shame, wasn't it? And she said it gave her goosebumps. It made the hair on the back of her neck stand up. His tone was just flat and cold. And she was like, it wasn't a confession. It wasn't even anything anyone else might not have noticed, but
Mhm.
it just chilled her to the bone and she remembered it for years.
Can I tell you the signs of somebody who's never been in a truly scary relationship? I
Ugh.
don't have that filter that allows me not to say at that point, "The fuck is wrong with you? You just said that like a fucking serial killer." Like, in my brain, when you hear these stories and she didn't wanna be she didn't wanna be interviewed,
They
they
blurred
changed her
out her
voice. She
face.
was
Yeah.
very, very afraid. Even though she has passed, they respected all of her wishes.
Yeah.
Whereas there's Lisa, if I'm walking next to some guy and that's what he says, I'd be like, "You're a fucking weirdo, you know that?" Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Some baby
There
was
it is.
murdered, and that's how you're gonna fucking say it? You fucking
There she is.
psycho. There's that mean girl. Oh, she's still in there. Oh, she
Oh, she's
survives.
in there.
She lives.
So, when this lady gave the interview in 2009, Eby was in they look him up, and he's in prison in Southern Illinois
What do we know
on
about prisoner or about men who commit crimes and then they find them where many years later already
in
in
prison,
in prison,
prison,
in
in
prison,
prison.
prison.
Shocking.
Yeah.
So, he's in Southern Illinois in prison on charges of sexual assault of a
What?
family member. So,
Well,
Will County Police, you dropped the ball and another person got hurt because of your fuck ups because he was allowed to
shit.
keep walking around.
Fuck. Fuck.
Motherfuckers.
Fuck, you're right.
So they go down there, they interview him, right? He's captive
Mhm.
audience. Lori says that it was the interview was fine. Like, he didn't look weird. He didn't look nervous. He looked genuinely, like, perplexed. Like, "Why are you guys talking to me about this?" Like, she was like, "I got nothing. I got no hinky sense whatsoever." The whole interview, they're like, "Okay, cool. Thanks for everything." She shook his hand. They
Mhm.
walk out, and when they get out of the prison, she turns to her partner and she is like, "That is the clammiest hand I have ever shaken." And they were like, "This motherfucker knows something."
Okay, I don't know. Do you agree with that, sis? I don't know if I
That's
agree
what
with
she
that.
said.
Okay, but
It stuck out to her, like, why does he have reason to be so nervous?
I am not an FBI agent, but I am a Lisa person, and I have shaken a lot of hands and touched a
Mhm,
lot of people. Ooh.
mhm.
And you've touched a lot of people. Ooh. Sis,
Only
we
with
both touch a
gloves.
lot of
I
people.
touch them with gloves.
I touch them with my bare hands.
Nope. Mm-mm, we
So
don't go
I
raw dogging in
don't.
my office. Nope. Yeah, bitches.
Oh, yes,
There it
sis.
is.
So I raw dog
I'm
some
not even
people
drinking.
behind the chair. I guess for me, I just don't know that that's something where I'd be like, "We got this motherfucker now." But again, I'm
She
not an
it
FBI
just
agent, so she
it just
probably had other instincts
it
that
made
I
her
didn't
spidey
have.
sense stand up.
Go with those spidey
All
senses.
right. So after the interview, EB gets on the phone to his mother. Of course, it's a fucking recorded call from prison. This call
Mhm.
is from prison.
We have an inmate calling from this little correctional facility. Do you
He
accept the
asks
charges?
he asks his mom, "Drop everything, come see me." He's like crying, "It's really, really bad." She's like, "Did you kill someone?" Blah, blah, blah. He's like, "You just have to come here. I have to talk to you one last time." Blah, 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 blah. This poor mother, God love her, she loves her son. If I had a
I
motherfucking son in prison for these kinds of charges and this bitch calls me up and is like, "Drop everything and drive to Southern Illinois," I'd be like, "Get the fuck
Oh,
out of here.
I
Fuck
wonder.
you.
I love my son so much.
Fuck
But I mean, he's
you."
only 3 and he's no, not fuck you. He's only 3 and he's not a murderer or a
I know.
pedophile or a sex offender. So
Fuck
we'll
that
see how
guy.
this turns out for us.
Yeah.
But you
Anyway,
have a son who's in his 30s.
if
He
he
wouldn't
was
do that.
guilty of these things, I would be like, I will get there when I goddamn get there, and I'm gonna think about it for a little while. Fuck
Victor.
off.
I'm texting
Don't
him
do
as
bad
soon as
things,
we get off of
Victor.
this. Victor,
Don't
I'm
do bad
texting you as
things.
soon as we get off of this call. I am texting him. All right, go ahead.
All right. So the FBI finds out about the phone call. They get over to interview mom, and she tells them what
Yeah.
he said.
Yeah.
Mom drives down, sees him, and he tells his mother about Riley.
Yes.
Then he writes a confession letter and tried to kill himself, unsuccessful.
Bye.
They go to interview him.
Mhm.
He won't talk to them. He's just
Mm-mm.
sitting there, just sitting there.
Just sitting there.
They're like, all right, fine,
Bye.
okay, bye. And they
Good luck
said
to
like
you.
75 seconds after they walked out of the room,
Yes.
he's like, I'll talk to them. And
Mhm.
he told them what he did.
So here we now go again.
Hmm.
If you want to fast forward about a minute, if I don't get sidetracked, he says that he was drunk and using the cocaine the night that it happened. He was looking for homes to break into. So he was checking doors and windows looking for an easy in. He did break into the house across the street. So this was clue number
Really?
one.
Really?
Really,
He did.
sis. Really.
Hmm.
I tell you this now.
Hmm.
He said, I saw the lady sleeping in her bed. I
Hmm.
took the money out of her wallet, but she didn't really have anything else for me to steal, so I left. Imagine you're hearing this story and that was so she wakes up in the morning and she's like, somebody broke into my house. And now she hears this, like this guy was looking at her sleeping.
It's so scary.
He leaves her house through the back door, is what he said, and he walks right into the back door at the Fox's house.
Hmm.
Exactly what they thought had happened.
Mhm.
He said he walks in, he didn't find anything to steal, his words. I walked in and I saw the baby sleeping on the couch. When he said that sentence, I saw the baby sleeping on the couch. You fucking knew they were little babies, both of them, because
Mhm.
it was just a brother who would have only been 6 years old and the
Mhm.
3-year-old. Blood fucking eagle, you.
Blood
Right
fucking eagle.
fucking now. He saw Riley and he took her. This fucking guy says that if they had had something to steal, he might not have taken Riley. He
I
continues in
can't. I
no, I
can't.
go.
I can't.
Mhm.
I was like, I
Yes.
stopped it and I
Yes.
turned to Justin and I was like, this
So
piece of shit
if they had
just
had
put
more,
the blame for his actions on the parents because if they had had something worth stealing,
he
so
wouldn't have
it's their
taken
fucking fault?
and well, yes, we're gonna let you have a minute of
Oh,
that. He
fuck him.
continues in his interview saying that he was getting ready to leave. He was walking out the back door and he looked back and he saw Riley and he said, "I just fixated on her." He actually left their house to go get his car and come back for her. So you left, you could have just left, you could have gotten in that fucking car and you could have kept on driving, but you and your sick fucking self were like, "Actually, no, I'm gonna leave and then I'm gonna come back and get her. I'm gonna park my car right in their driveway so that
Mhm.
I can get her easily." You fucking fuck.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ann Burgess is the forensic nurse practitioner who helped John Douglas. And she is my hero in their
Not
team.
Robert Ressler?
Robert Ressler, thank you.
Fuck
And
yes.
as I stopped it and I told Justin that, then we're watching a little further and Ann Burgess said the exact thing that I said that he made it their
Sis.
fault. And I was like, "Oh my
So,
god." Oh my
legit,
god.
when you first said that, I was like I put a note in there and I was like, I don't agree with you on this. My sister really loves to speculate on people." And then I saw the interview with Ann Burgess and I was just like, "Delete, delete, 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 delete." And I was like, "I'm not gonna do that to my
Yep.
sissy."
And
All
guess what
right.
he drove? Guess what
Guess
he
what he
drove?
drove? Yeah,
A
a red
red
brick.
fucking Beretta.
All right.
Motherfucker.
So at this point, he covers her mouth and he put her in the trunk of their car. I She's 3 years old. He woke her up out of her house. She wakes up to this man covering her mouth, and then she finds herself, this little 3-year-old poor baby, in the trunk of a fucking car. There is no level of I don't therapy that will get you through this, I think, ever. He takes her to a men's room on the property of the Forsyth Woods Forest Preserve. So this
Mhm.
was um a restroom area, rest house that was right where near they found her. This area was also never processed by police.
Yeah, they said that when he said that, they went back and looked at the pictures and they're like, "We didn't even go in the building,
Okay, this is where he
fuckers."
sexually assaulted her. Let's not
Mhm.
sugarcoat that. This is where he raped a 3-year-old baby.
So here's the thing. You can use the word rape if you want to, up to
Okay.
you. But rape denotes penile penetration, and that's not what he did to her. It
Okay, I didn't
was
know that.
probably worse, but
Oh no.
I don't that's why I use the word sexually assaulted because it wasn't just one thing and it
I don't
wasn't that thing.
I don't want to
Do you
hear
know what I
okay.
mean? I don't wanna
Okay.
know either. I'm just saying I like this descriptor
Okay,
better.
so but this is where you find her. This is very near where you find her, and you as a police don't think that you want to just
Walk
take a
over there
peek in
and check
that
it out?
room. Just check out. Hey, can we get somebody in here? Can we get that
No,
guy?
no. They're looking upriver at the
Mm,
fucking
yeah,
bridge over the thing. Oh, yeah, must have come
yeah,
from up there.
right. So
Fucking
he says
idiots.
at this point his bandana came off her face, and he said that he knew that she could identify him.
She was
So
3 years
she was
old.
3 years old.
He
She
was a
would have.
big scary man. That's all that she would have
Mhm.
been able to fucking
So he
say.
knows. He says to himself at
Fuck
this point, "I
him.
have to kill her." He says that her last words were, "I want my daddy, I want my daddy." Yeah, Because she was a daddy's girl. Yeah, because she had been hurt. She was
Mhm.
scared. Of course
Mhm.
she wanted her daddy. I'm sure that's what every kid I don't know.
I know.
He admits that he threw his shoes into the river because he left shoe prints.
Mhm.
So he left the evidence for the police, who did then find it. Shoe prints,
Mhm.
shoes, initials in the shoe print. I mean, like, he here I am. Who is it? Go away. Not yet. Her neck is getting so grown up. It's, like, not psychotic anymore, it's, like, controlled. It almost makes me think it almost makes me think that a reasonable person is on the other side of that door.
No, no, it's a crazy.
It is. Alright.
So the day Riley is found, hours later, Eby takes a handful of pills and tries to kill himself. So that
Try harder.
he's a fucking coward, he's a fucking wimp, he's a fucking douchebag. He's really, do we really have to have this shit stain on the face of the earth? Is there some fucking reason that he's still around? Give me a fucking break. Ugh.
Give her a break, guys.
The cops are called to his house because he tells the friend of his that he's going to commit suicide or whatever. The
The
friend calls
day
the
they
police.
find her.
The exact same day, they're in his fucking living room. Jesus Christ. They're talking to him and he asks about Riley. He asks the cops about
What
Riley.
happened with that little Riley girl?
So he's inserting himself into
The
the
investigate
fucking
yes. So,
Jesus Christ.
we
Did they
have
learn anything in cop school?
they
Anything?
didn't take that class in cop school.
Were they busy that day? Were they,
They
like, hungover, like,
they
food
were
poisoning that
doing
day?
speed chasing and radar tracking.
Jesus Christ.
So, listen, they had the
If
shoes. They had the
if they
Beretta.
had put his name into the system, they would have
Yes.
seen a criminal record that included sexual assault.
They had everything they needed to solve this case. Let me just say that again.
Ugh.
They had everything they needed to solve this case then.
And they didn't catch him, and he went on to hurt other people because of them.
And where did we
Fucking
find him
assholes.
eventually? In
In
prison.
prison.
Mhm.
Shocking. Anyway, he pleads guilty. Fuck you. He's
Fuck
sentenced
you.
to life without parole. Fuck you.
Fuck you,
I don't want to have
double
to even
fuck you.
fuck you. There's a civil trial for wrongful arrest against Will County. The jurors awarded damages to the Foxes of a judgment of $15.5 million.
I do believe that was reduced to 8
It's $8 million.
million. No, 100%. 100%.
So when you asked, well, who's paying for this private DNA? Queen Bee Zellner knew what
I
the fuck
know,
she was
I know.
doing.
She did. She did.
Will
She did.
County is going to pay for the fucking DNA. She's like, I'll front you that. I'll get
Yeah.
it done. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Well, I'll
don't
collect
worry.
it later.
We'll get it.
Fuckers.
Well-
None of the officers involved were disciplined or fired, and many went on to have long careers. I hope you sleep well at night, you fuckers.
Oh,
The Foxes
yes.
did have another child together, a daughter named Tegan. Unfortunately, their marriage did not survive, did not last, and they eventually divorced.
Can I tell you, did you see the pictures of little Tegan?
She's cute.
It was as if the heavens knew they couldn't handle a daughter that looked like
Mm-hmm.
like it's really interesting when you look at my kids and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, wow, you just did a copy and paste." And I'm like, "Yes, I did." And with her kids, they had very specific features. Like little
Mhm.
Tyler had very specific features and little Riley
Tyler's-
looked like his
Yeah.
dad. He looked like
Yeah,
his
yeah.
dad.
Tyler had like sharp features and he
Right.
looked a lot like his dad, even as a little guy. But Riley had that kind of chubby face and those
Yes.
cute eyes, and she looked a
Yes.
lot more like Mom.
Like Melissa. Yeah, she did. Yeah,
Yeah.
she did. But I feel like Tegan, she had blonde hair, a little bit of the curl thing. It was just, and I was just like, oh, the Cosmos know you gotta give this
Mhm.
girl a fair, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm just talking shit out of my ass, whatever.
Now, as I was doing this doc and finishing it up, I saw this
I
part and
put that in there.
I had I
No.
literally, my jaw dropped. I did not
I'm
know.
sorry, sis. I'm sorry.
Kevin Fox, the former Wilmington man who was wrongly arrested by Will County
Yeah.
Sheriff's Department for murdering his daughter, Riley Fox, in the summer of 2004, was killed Monday, March 20th, 2023, in a head-on crash in Arkansas, and he was 46.
Yeah.
I I
I
have no
yeah.
words.
That was what I found when I was doing more research on him.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Kathleen Zellner, Fox's wrongful conviction lawyer, wrote, "Kevin was one of the most courageous clients I ever had. He will be remembered as the best father to his children anyone could ever have been. It is heartbreaking that he died so young." Kevin was living in Arkansas at the time of the accident with his current wife and their two daughters, who were only 1 and 2 years old.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
And that is the story of the tragic murder of Riley Fox. Her mom in the interviews
Mhm.
seems well put together. And I don't mean
Years
well put
later,
together. She seems like the type of woman who only got as far as she did through tons and tons and tons of therapy.
I was gonna say thoroughly therapized.
Thoroughly, like, where,
Yeah.
she cries, but she's like, "I have to remember." I mean,
I
she's
really
my hero.
so I really
That
love
Melissa is my hero of mothers.
I really love she was talking about visiting Riley's grave, and she said she always goes there on her birthday because she prefers
Mhm.
to remember when the world gave her Riley versus when the world took her
Yes.
away. And I
That's
was
the
like,
most
"I never
beautiful
thought of
thing.
that, but I
Yes.
love that."
I do too, and I loved her hair in her interviews, I loved her clothes. I think that, she said in one of the interviews that she's like, "Kevin and I didn't make it, but we're both healthy, we're both happy, we're both
Mhm.
remarried." They
Mhm.
had, so they came out of this.
Yeah,
They remembered the child that they don't have anymore. They did not have she's been through fucking hell.
I know.
Like, tragedy on top of tragedy on top of tragedy, and then to
Yeah.
see that that ended, I mean, that
What?
was just
In these,
6
like, freak
yes,
accident? Are you fucking kidding
6
me?
3 years ago, and he was only
He made it through
46.
COVID. Oh
He
my
made it.
god.
Yeah, God, COVID. Don't
Fucking
get me
COVID.
started, I know. Well,
Alright, bitches. Don't park
mm,
next to vans, roll up your fucking windows, and I'm gonna say this,
rate, review,
lock your
subscribe.
fucking doors.
Good God, lock everything.
All of them. Go check them all
Oh,
right now.
and then remember what we said last week, go for the balls. It's gonna be my new
Mm,
one, go for the balls.
go for the balls.
Come on, George, let's go.
Rate, review, subscribe. Okay,
Rate,
bye.
review, subscribe, subscribe,
Subscribe, bye.
subscribe, subscribe.
Executive produced by me, Marie Abenante, and my sister, Lisa Linsner.
Music by John Bartman, track Shooter on the Roof. Cover art by the talented and beautiful Alexis Guerrero.
And all of this is possible editing and recording using Riverside.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye.